Hello everybody and welcome back to ICF Internet Championship Fighting, one of the premier leagues for EA Sports UFC 4 competitive action. We have an amazing night of fights set up for you today. Some of them were not recorded in time, so we won't be able to feature them today. However, all our main card fights are bangers and have been recorded and are ready to go. So let's take a look at your main card for ICF YouTube number 2. Altunay versus Hawk. As you can see in the main event, you have the PlayStation champion, the undefeated, undisputed, 5-0, the first ever PlayStation champion, the only PlayStation champion. He is the king of PlayStation on ICF. Jojo Altunay, he's looking to defend his legacy against a hungry challenger in Michael Hawk. See, I'm not going to fall for that name. He has a 3-1 record. He's looking to make it 4-1 tonight and add a championship to his resume. He is on a 3-fight win streak. He thinks this opportunity should have came a little sooner than it did, but he's going to have his time to prove what he thinks, and that he is the best player in the ICF PlayStation side of things. I'm excited for this fight. And then in your co-main event, you have Libre versus Eric Young for the ICF Xbox Championship. So 2 championship fights in the main event. In the co-main event, Libre, he is a outstanding player. He is your champion. He defeated Jojo to become your 5th ever ICF Xbox champion. He has a 4-0 record, and his opponent, Eric Young, has a 3-0 record. He's looking to become the 6th ever ICF Xbox champion. I'm excited for that one. Somebody's O has to go, and somebody has to walk away with the belt. And then also on your main card, you have Kip versus Audrey. Kip, an exciting prospect. Dylan Audrey, he had an amazing performance on the Contender Series card a few days ago. And then you have Alvaro versus Jojo. Jojo, he's looking to get back in the championship title picture. He's looking to get that rematch with Luke. He's looking to regain his lost championship. And this is a fight to do it against a undefeated prospect in Alvaro. 2-0. I'm excited for that one. I think that one's going to be a very slept-on fight because we have these 2 big, huge super fights pretty well in your main event and co-main event. I think this one's going to get a little slept on. And then to start off your main card, you have John Cage and Jake Griffiths. Little bit of a back and forth banter going on, especially between Cage. In our K1 Kickboxing Grand Prix, we will probably have a video on the semifinals and final fights of that. Cage was actually defeated by Jake Griffiths in the very first round of the tournament. And I think Jake is looking to repeat that. And Cage, he feels a little disrespected, and he wants to kind of change the script, and he wants to get even on this one, on this little exchange they got going on here. But we also have some exciting prelim fights, and we're even going to get into our first one very soon. I think right now, actually. Correct. We have 2 debutees. We have Corbin in Dallas. I believe Corbin Richards in Dallas Jennings on the PlayStation side. This one's going to be exciting. I'm very interested to see how these guys go. These are 2 ICF debutees. You have Corbin Richards on the left and Dallas Jennings on the right. I believe his last name is Jennings, at least. I know his first name is Dallas. I don't know any of their styles about. We have the competitive HUD on for some reason. That's okay, though. Couple leg kicks early from Corbin. Oh, beautiful slip by Jennings. and you can see Corbin Richards, he's targeting the legs very early in this fight, and that's what I like to see, especially since the leg kick buff from last season. Can't believe it was already an entire season ago, and we seem to have a controller disconnect. Okay, I'm just now receiving word that this is actually not the correct fight. They had a few mishaps before they could get to the actual fight. So we're going to go right into the actual fight. And both going boxer showboat. Let's pull it back up now. Okay. And here we go. Little mishap. That's on me. I totally forgot that they told me about that, actually. But it was looking to be Corbin going for the legs a lot. And that's something I like to see. Okay, so now we just have no HUDs at all. I think that's a setting. I think that's a setting issue and not, yeah. I'm not sure. Okay. We see some kicks. These guys are throwing a lot of kicks in the early starts, especially to the body and to the legs. Oh, that was a beautiful slip and a body uppercut, it looked like. Nice leg kick. That one's checked, though. Dallas lands nicely. Oh, Dallas just eats an uppercut. This might be it. And he gets up. Almost finished, I think. I can't see the health or the stamina or anything. First minute, very action-packed. He ducked into the uppercut and got a knockdown, almost got a finished. But now we see some ground transitions. It looks like Dallas is going to take the back here. Off the back clinch position, and now he's going to posture up from backside. And it's reversed. And now Corbin Richards gets side control. Good denial from Dallas. I would have liked to see him do something, or not Dallas, but Richards. I would like to see him do something with it. And some good denials from Richards. He's looking to go for a choke, it seems. And it doesn't look like he's going to get it. Well, I say that. And it's actually going to be closer than I thought at first. And just barely, he taps him, just barely. Wow, what a statement for Corbin Richards. What a fight. What a finish. What a performance. And that's what you want to see from your debut. That's a way to put what is already a stacked roster on notice right there with that finish right there. And if we take a look, and before we actually take a look at our PlayStation rankings, we did have one fight that was kind of recorded and it just didn't fall through. And so we have the results for that one. And it was Jason Jason, I don't remember the last name, but Jason something defeats Tyler Staples via second round KO. We're about to look at the PlayStation rankings right there. And you see Jason Tremblay, 1-0 on the notable unranked fighters. So we have two of them, Mike LaFleur and Jason Tremblay. Tremblay is now 2-0 after defeating Tyler Staples. And these are your PlayStation rankings. Obviously, you have Dogu Altunay as the champ. You got the challenger Mike at number 1. You have Jake Griffiths at number 2 with a 3-2 record. You have John Cage at number 4. His only 2 losses are to the champ, but he does have 2 losses. And you have the prospect Kip, 2-0. He's at number 3. You have Joss Breach at number 9, 2-0. You have there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of unranked guys too. So it's going to be very interesting over the coming weeks to see who fights to stay in the rankings, who fights to get in, who drops from the rankings, who moves up from number 9 to number 1. It's going to be very interesting to see. We're pulling up your next fight now. But what a finish from Corbin Richards, a choke. I don't know what choke. I think it was probably an anaconda, maybe? I'm not sure. It's been a while since I played the game. And we have it pulled up. We have Victor versus Real Lagozin in your next fight. I'm excited for this one. Real Lagozin 1-3. He hasn't had the best start, and so is Victor. He's 0-2. He has yet to find an ICF win. And so Victor Leon versus Real Lagozin. Flexcutioner IB. No taunts, no anything from Victor at least. And again, we have the competitive HUD on. I think they may have misread the announcement wrong. Couple leg kicks early. And a takedown attempt early from Victor Leon, and he's going to get it. That's kind of surprising. I haven't watched a whole lot of Victor's fights. He is an RFC guy. And he just can't seem to get that denial. He's looking to stack up. No, he just gets up. Interesting choice. Some good leg kicks are setting up the combos for Lagozin. Lagozin's not a bad fighter by any means. He's fought some tough guys. Seem to be kind of trying to figure out. The other one's styling a nice crane kick is beautifully timed by Lagozin. And a head kick's beautifully timed there. Leon, lucky he did not get dropped with that one. And a takedown attempt. Maybe out of desperation, maybe as planned. And he's got to get that full guard denial. He's got to get that denial right here. He's got to pre-deny it. It's the same one every time. He's got to posture up. He's got to try and do something to keep that half guard, because you're not going to get any work done from the full guard. Good body kick. These leg kicks aren't doing a whole lot of damage, but they're setting up the combos, and that's the important part. And they also have the competitive HUD on. It's not needed, but we'll go with it for this card. So they can't see each other's stamina. They can't see the health. So that's going to change the strategy up a little bit. And I just now realized somehow that we don't have sound on for this fight. But nice. Gozin is landing with a cross, it seems. With that nice backhand straight right there. That one's usually landing, but that time it was blocked. Oh, and a big leg health event for Leon. I didn't see that one coming. I seen him working the leg, but I didn't really see them adding up. I didn't think they would be adding up. At least this quickly. Remember, Victor Leon, he has 2 for 2 for the takedown, so he has the threat of the takedown there. And that's a little bit of an advantage. He hasn't done anything with said takedowns. Crane kick just barely missed, and he ate a nice lead hook from Victor. But sometimes the threat is enough to make something happen if you're that grappler. I didn't see which builds they went with, so I would have liked to see that, but I think Lagozin probably went with the kickboxer build. I think he did. I think he went with sniper since he has the crane kick, obviously. And then I would assume Victor probably went with a balanced of some sort. Nice combo right there. And he's landing with that jab cross. He's timing it very well. He stopped him with it. The cross has a lot of stomping power. And if you can catch them while they're throwing a kick, it's going to land. It's going to do some damage. We have 25 seconds left in the round. Missed with the leg kick from way far out, and he's going to eat a front kick as punishment. You can see the head health of Victor Leon just kind of getting chipped away. He hasn't been rocked since that crane kick, but Lagozin's just been landing. He's just been kind of chipping away at it. He's doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there, and that's going to add up when we get towards the end of this fight. Leon's stamina is very high, though. I'd assume Lagozin's is maybe a little less, if not the same. Oh, a big elbow. That was beautifully timed. That 6-12 elbow. Oh, and he's just relentless pressure. He gets the knockdown. Victor Leon was looking to close the show on that one. Crane kick misses, and he eats a rear hook. Lagozin was hurt for sure. And all it takes is one in this game to change the momentum. You have to feel that Lagozin was kind of winning the first round. He just had a little bit more momentum. He was landing a little bit more. And now that momentum has changed onto Leon's side. And I'm by no means a striker, so I'm not quite sure what either of these guys need to quite do in order to separate themselves and get a huge advantage in this fight. I would probably like to see Leon use his kicks a little bit more, use that leg kick a little bit more, use that body kick, threaten the head kick a couple times. He's got the longer legs, he's taller. use the kicks to keep Lagozin at bay. And I do like how Lagozin is not afraid to push the pace here. He's being patient, but he's also being the aggressor in most of these exchanges here. The block is getting chipped away of Leon. I don't know. I would be interested to see Lagozin's point of view here, what his head health, what his block is, what his leg health is. He landed that cross just about an inch in front of Leon. Just a little bit out of range. That is the frustrating part about being the smaller guy. Oh, a nice timed front kick by Lagozin. But being the smaller guy, you have to really work to find that range, and a head kick lands for Lagozin. Wants to be sure not to get too aggressive, and Leon, beautifully timed takedown right there. Now he's going to posture up. He's going to look to do something here. Lands pretty nicely. And Victor Leon, I'd like to see him work on the denials a little bit. Being able to deny is about most of the ground game, essentially. There's a lot more that goes into it, but if you can deny, if you can deny better than your opponent, you're going to have the advantage more times than not on the ground. Lagozin's mixing it up. He's going to the body with these kicks. He's going to the head. He's going to the leg. He's going everywhere. He's being rewarded for it in the later the later stages of this fight. You can see the head health. You can see the body health. You can see the block of Leon. By no means critical, DEFCON 5 here. Does DEFCON go from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5? I'm not sure, but you get the point. Oh, and the flying knee after he got caught with the kick. That's one thing you gotta watch out for when you catch the kicks. You gotta do something with it immediately. Oh, beautifully timed cross, just out of range of the kick, and punished it beautifully. Leon is looking to win the end of this round. Oh, and the leg kick. That did some damage. Beautiful round from both guys. Leon, though. Leon Victor had a great round. And I think this is one apiece going into round number 3. Touch gloves. Leg kick just out of range. And the block is low. You see, if we weren't playing competitive HUD, he's going to know the block is down, and he's just going to keep going. It's a whole different fight with the competitive HUD on. But I do kind of think it has its ups and downs. Another leg kick by Leon, and that leg is compromised a little bit. I can tell. Those leg kicks are landing, and the way they're landing, they're doing damage onto Lagozin. And those body kicks are doing the exact same thing, but he needs to be sure not to throw them out of range as he eats another hook. Almost ended it with a flying elbow from Victor Leon. You can see that leg kick, it's landing. It's landing really good. It's landing smoothly. It's a art that's very hard to perfect, and you don't see it in a whole lot of people. I'd like to think I'm better at it than some others, but being able to time those leg kicks, just have a sense of when to throw them, and time them perfectly, and get those stuns and get the most damage you can out of them. And I think I'm seeing that in Victor Leon right now. That body kick is nice. If you get one, if Lagozin get one body stun here, this might be over. I'd like to see him throw that front leg when he gets a little close. Oh, that was a nice head kick though, just barely blocked. Couple leg kicks from Lagozin. I'd like to see him throw that lead body kick. Because Leon is circling to his right now, and if he throws that lead, hey, body kick, but the crane kick, that works too. But I was saying he's circling to his left most of the times when he's throwing those body kicks. If he can throw with the other leg, Leon's going to run into it and take a little bit more damage, maybe get a body stun. But Leon, wise move, he gets a takedown. Now he's going straight into side control. That's another thing I like to see. Going for a Kimura, he's not going to get it. Oh, and that's a nice denial. Now he gets side saddle. That was the first denial that Leon has gotten. And now he's going to go for the Kimura straight away. Maybe he's looking for the finish. Maybe he's looking to just get in on those scorecards a little bit. Maybe he's trying to see where Lagozin's stamina is. I would like to see him let go of that submission a little earlier, though. And now Lagozin gets up. It's been a very back and forth battle. I'm not sure how this is going to play out in the judges' scorecards. We do use the in-game judges as of right now. Oh, and a great uppercut by Leon. Out rocked him. And a spinning elbow. That rocked him too. Leon's looking to close the show. He's looking to get his first ICF win right here. He says, I'm not going to leave it to these judges. Crane kick just barely misses. If you would have thrown with a rear hook instead of the lead, what would have happened right there? No one will know. We'll never know. 45 seconds left in the fight. He checks the leg kick. Wow. Gets a leg health event. Slows him down. He's not going to be able to retreat very fast. And a knockdown by Victor Leon. He's looking to finish the fight, and that is it. With 29 seconds left in the fight, Victor Leon gets his first ICF win against Real Lagozin. What a fight. What a round. What a fight. What a performance by both guys. Both guys were fighting till the very end. Both guys wanted it very badly. And just a great finish right there. And we are having a little bit of technical difficulties right there. But that is a fight I will watch every single day of the week right there. Just wow. Victor Leon proved that he's not a pushover. He's not this nobody. He came here to fight, and he did that just right there. And then Real Lagozin, he put up a hell of a fight. No takeaway from him. He put up a hell of a fight. Leon just had the better performance by just a tad, and we are pulling up our next fight, and they're just getting right into it. Let's pull it up then. It is Josh Breach versus Amazing, I believe. Amazing. There we go. He started the video right on the fight. No time to ease into it. You have Josh Breach on the left. It's amazing. Well, it's amazing. And a head kick. Ooh, what was that? And the head kick landed from Jer. Jer is 2-0. Amazing is 1-1. This is going to be a good fight. I can tell it. I can feel it, not tell it. That just sounds weird. Some crisp combos being thrown early. Jer is looking to do the hard sway a lot. He's looking to sway out of the way. Just a little bit. Like that, right there. Amazing is landing on the inside, though. I think it's going to be an insider fight versus an outsider fight. Or inside fighter versus outside fighter. I don't know what the hell I just said before that. But I think Joss has to get on the outside, kind of fight at a distance. He's got the lengthy arms right there. Fight with the jab, fight with the kicks, and Amazing is going to get the slam right there. Power single leg. Push back from side control to half guard to full guard. And now we got a little stalemate. Postures up. Lands a couple and gets up. A little bit of a test. Jer is landing those leg kicks though. They're adding up very quickly. He lands a leg kick of his own. He's putting them at the end of his combos, at the beginning of his combos. Jer is doing an amazing job with those leg kicks. Body shots land for Jer. Another leg kick right there. Quality is cutting in and out, and it's just not great, but you can still make out what's happening. And he goes for the takedown attempt, and he cancels it. He goes away. So Amazing looking to mix it up. He's showing to be a multi-dimensional fighter. Trying not to be one-dimensional. Oh, nice body shots. Oh, the cross right there. Landed rocked. Oh, great body kick by Amazing. And Jer miss it, or Jer avoids all those kicks. That leg is building up on Amazing. And this one's very technical and fast-paced from the beginning. See Jer, he's mixing it up. He's going to leg. He's going to the body. He's not really head hunting. He's trying to body snatch. He's trying to chop the tree. He's looking to do some damage early on and win this fight in the later stages. Oh, and the crane kick landed right there. Beautiful combo, the body hook and the head hook. Oh, and the head kick knocked him down. He's looking for the finish. Jair looking for it. Maybe he's going to get it. No, just barely. And now, for the rest of the round, we're gonna spend it on the ground. What a round! Right there. And you had to feel like Amazing was getting kind of the better towards minutes 4 through 2. And then at the end, Jair just came in. And then he just showed what he was worth right there. Now he's looking to pick up the pace here. He's chopped the leg. That leg is very compromised. Amazing is going to have to switch very soon if he doesn't block the next 1 or 2 leg kicks that are thrown. Jair's going to the body. He's doing everything. Doing it all right. And right now you can just feel the momentum being on Jair Josh Breach's side. And Amazing, he's kind of slacking a little bit towards the longer this fight goes. He had a very strong start, and that is it. Wow. He hard swayed. He lunged into the kick. Right shin right to the temple. Good night. 3-0 Josh Breach. Josh Breach. However you want to pronounce it. 20 ways to Sunday. What a performance right there. Oh, that was right to the chest. Oh. That should go on fight porn right there. What a finish. But wow, just wow. And that's gonna do it for our prelims for the evening. And so that means we are on to our main card. I'm excited. Are you excited? Because we're going to start things off with John Cage and Jake Griffiths. These two, they met in that K1 tournament. It's still ongoing. We'll keep you updated. We'll probably post a video sometime in the next week or so on the finish of said tournament. But Jake looking to make it 2-0 in the series, kind of mini series, and then John Cage is looking to even up the score per se. We got a boxer showboat versus a boxer powerhouse. That's a little different. John Cage on the left and Jake Griffiths on the right. Your main card opener. I'm excited for this one. Cage has voiced his displeasure with himself after losing in that K1 tournament the first round. But this isn't K1, this is a full MMA. This means you get knocked down, you can jump on top of them. You couldn't do that in the K1 tournament. Takedowns, clinching, all of it's going in this one. So we're gonna see how this one plays out. I'm actually surprised that these two have never fought. They're both RFC guys. They've been in ICF for a long time. They were both in the start of the PlayStation division, as a matter of fact. The start of the PlayStation Grand Prix. Oh, and the head kick knocks him down. He's looking to close it right here. He's not gonna do it. It doesn't look like, though. John Cage with a beautifully timed head kick. Looked like the same exact thing we just saw in the last fight. Goes for the takedown. He's denied, and he's reversed. Oh, and another head kick. He's landed it twice. He doesn't want to get too cocky, though. Wants to keep it tight and keep fighting his fight. Don't get over aggressive. Don't get knocked out. Oh, another head kick. That was a lead one, but that one landed still. Oh, and the spinning heel kick just a tad further back, and that was it. Oh, and a knockdown by Jake now. And another knockdown. He's looking for the finish. He's not going to get it. Takes the back. And now he's putting him out. This could be bad. He might go for the armbar. He is. No, not going to get it. I'd like to see Cage posture up or pass right here, as he does. He goes to side control, or side saddle, actually. Now in side control. He's looking to posture up, and he does. Now he goes to mount. He needs to posture up. And that's why, because now he's back in half guard. I preach this on every card. When you get to mount, you just gotta go, or you gotta pre-deny. You can't wait for your opponent. And now backside is what Jake Griffiths gets. And he gets up. John Cage, he needs to watch his stamina. He's throwing these big combos out of range, and he's just missing these 3-4-piece combos. Oh, and a knockdown by Griffiths with a cross, I think. Almost. Wow. And now he just postured up. He's just going to posture up. Gonna try and see what Cage does. Look to get up. Maybe, possibly a stack guard attempt. Now an armbar attempt from Cage. Doesn't look like he's going to get it, but that's what I said in the first fight between Dallas and Corbin. Cage will not allow the slam to happen. That's always a good thing. Gonna escape here, though. At about halfway. You have to think with a better stamina advantage and a better submission altogether, maybe Cage gets a finish there. Oh, another knockdown right there. Pushes him up against the cage. Griffith says, get up. And, oh, with 1 second left, he gets knocked down. Jake gets knocked down with a second left to go. I was about to say, Jake almost got the knockdown because Cage missed with that kick, and he threw a leg kick instead of a front kick or something. And it didn't land to the head, and that would have been a knockdown, if not a knockout right there. And then about 2 seconds later, Jake gets dropped. Oh, wow. Oh, and the leg kick, that was beautifully timed. That's what I was talking about in the Victor fight. Timing that leg kick just perfectly. And another head kick right there. lands for John Cage. That has been his best weapon so far in this fight. And he's faking it, too. He feinted it a couple times. And he's going to the body. He's doing these spinning feints. He's keeping Cage or Griffith's, Jake, whatever you want to call him, on his toes here. Oh, beautiful boxing. Wow. He slipped the uppercut and leaned right into the hook, got rocked, still slipping, bobbing, and weaving, and then landed a beautiful counter uppercut. This has been a joy to watch thus far. It's about 6.5 minutes into it, and I mean, I hope we get another hour of this. This has just been barn-burning action so far. Three minutes left to go in the second round, and I think Jake Griffiths has won the first round. I think the second round, I think it's close. I don't know. Very close so far. It's still up for grabs because I mean there's still half the round left, and that was. It feels like this round has been the entire fight thus far, of just how much action. Oh my God! What a finish! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What even happened there? Something happened. Some punch combo, then an axe kick was thrown somewhere in there. What the hell was that? But I'll tell you what it was. It was beautiful. That right there, a cross on the pull. He pulled back, lunging back. A cross and a axe kick combo. Holy crap! I don't think I've ever seen that. That was what a knockout! What a finish to an amazing fight! Wow. You gotta be kidding me with that. That is one of those performances that just says, you have to be kidding me. Just wow. Amazing combo, amazing everything, amazing fight. There was some beautiful boxing exchanges right there. The one where Cage hurt Jake after he was rocked. He did some slipping, bobbing, and weaving and rocked him back. But you just, wow. And we are getting into our next fight on that card, but before we do that, let's take a look at the Xbox rankings. We haven't done that all night because this is the first Xbox fight we have. We have a very, you could say, shortage of Xbox fighters right now. This is pretty well the entire division right here. You have the champion 4-0, Luke Libre. He'll be taking on the number one contender, Eric Young, 3-0. They have a combined record of 7-0. Somebody's O has to go. I'm excited for that. Then you have the former champ, Bobby Diesel. I think he was the third champ or something like that. 5-1. He's looking to get back in the title picture. He might even have a shot against, the winner of our co-main event, or even the winner of Jojo and Alvaro. 5-5. Jojo is an OG. He's been there since the first event. He's been there since I was going through quick fights and inviting people to the league randomly. He's been here and he's been a champion. 10 fights, a legend here. Alvaro 2-0, Ryan Jones 1-2, and Hax Mulloway 2-2, JT 2-5 at number 7, Brady Ham at 1-0, Jordy Felder at 0-2, Bro Rogan at 2-5, and I believe Nick Gonzalez will round out all the Xbox fighters with a record of 0-6. If I'm not mistaken. But that is your Xbox scene. So still to come, we have Eric Young taking on the champ Luke Libre, and right now we have Jojo versus Alvaro Fitch, number 3 versus number 4. We were supposed to have Hacks versus JT. The video was not saved, so we don't have that fight, but it was done. I don't have the results for that one, unfortunately. And then Jordy Felder versus Nick Gonzalez was supposed to happen. That hasn't happened yet. And Brady Ham and Bro Rogan were not scheduled to fight for this card, if I am correct. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get in to our first Xbox fight of the evening. We have a Jiu-Jitsu Vanguard versus a Kickboxer Sniper. Jojo versus Alvaro. I believe Alvaro will be the Kickboxer, or the Jiu-Jitsu, and Jojo will be the Kickboxer. I am correct, I believe. And the touch of gloves here. Fitch on the right, Jojo on the left. And they're in the Apex instead of the WFA arena, but that's fine, we'll roll with it. So the thing Jojo wants to do, he just wants to keep this fight on the feet. Very simply put. He wants to keep this standing as long as he can. The less he gets taken down, the less he's on the mat, the better. And Fitch, he wants to set up this takedown very early. He wants to set up this takedown very early and try and have the entire round to work on the ground. Because with the Jiu-Jitsu build, you can hold a kickboxer down pretty easily if you know what you're doing. But the hard part is taking them to the mat. Especially with somebody who has good takedown defense, like Jojo has proven before against some other grappling opponents in ICF. Fitch has not been just outstruck entirely on the feet, though. That's always a good sign. That's probably why he went the Vanguard instead of the Shark, to have a little bit more striking ability. The problem with the Vanguard build, though, is just it doesn't have any speed, it doesn't have any power. Or it has a little bit more speed than a Dominator, Wrestler Dominator, but it just doesn't have the power. You're going to lose every trade that you enter. You have to be very technical if you want to strike with a Jiu-Jitsu build. And so that's why I'm actually surprised that Fitch has not already shot a takedown. We're almost halfway through the first round, and there's the clinch for the first time. And there's the takedown. It's like he's listening to me. But almost 2 minutes in, and now we're finally starting to see the first attempts at grappling by Alvaro Fitch. Oh, and a knockdown right there. I'm not sure if I would jump on him, and Jojo does the smart thing and he just gets up. That was quick. It was sudden. And he cancels, and he gets the full mount, or the full guard sweep. Or the pull guard sweep. And wow, and then it's flipped just like that. Postures up, he's gonna get up here, I assume. He does. So Jojo doesn't want to throw any huge kicks. That's the only bad thing, is that if you miss a kick, you're probably gonna hit the mat. Any whiffed kick I see, if I'm trying to take you down, if you whiff a kick, I'm gonna shoot, even if I'm 20 feet away. Oh, but the front kick lands right there. A takedown attempt would have been perfect there. He would have had no stamina. I think he would have gotten the spear animation. That uppercut is just barely not connecting on that one for Jojo. And another double leg cancel. And side control goes to, and Jojo looking and showing some skills on the ground. No stamina though. Caught in the Kimura. This could be bad. I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to the bell. He's got to escape here. It's going to be close. 2 seconds left in the round. He gets the tap. Wow. What a performance by Alvaro Fitch. 2 takedown cancels, 2 takedowns off both of the cancels, and one of them ended up being the end of the fight. And that is one of our 2 Xbox fights of the night right there. And next up we have our final fight, our final non-title fight. It is between Kip and Dylan Audrey. And I'm excited for this one. Kip is 2-0. Dylan Audrey is also 2-0, I believe. Battle of the prospects here. Having a little trouble loading it, but both these guys seem very promising. Dylan Audrey had an amazing performance on the Contender Series card not too long ago, like four days ago or so. We see Kip on the right and Audrey on the left. Respect being shown before in the fight between the two men. We're going to have a little bit of taunting going on. And here we go. And right off the bat, shoots for a takedown. I didn't see which build they went with. And it looks like we don't have any sound for it. And another ankle pick, and this one's going to be completed. Gets side control, now pushed to half guard, and he's going to take side control once again. Watch for the sprawl. He does get it. Goes straight to backside. Smart move by Kip. Tries to take back mount, but he is denied. And backside attempt from Audrey. Denied. And he's going to try and use the cage to get to his feet into the clinch. And they break right there. So it looks like Kip is going to look to do a little bit of grappling in this fight. And a lot of people just, they sigh when they say, ugh, grappling. But it's not quite just grappling in general. It's just the way people grapple. The way people grapple on ranked is just disgusting. In a takedown attempt, he's denied and he rolls through. Great job by Audrey. But it's just kind of disgusting to watch. They just sit on top of you, lay and pray, posture up every 30 seconds so the referee doesn't stand you up. It's so hard to fight against. It's so boring to fight against, and I don't know how people can do it. I love watching grappling, though, between guys who posture up, between guys who throw submissions, between guys who are chasing the finish, who guys are active, guys who just don't sit and wait. They don't lay and pray. They're just looking to win the fight. They're not looking to win the decision. They're looking to win the fight. Anyways, there is my UFC 4 rant of the day. Some nice shots landing for both guys. A little clinch work here. And it looked like Audrey actually initiated it. Dylan Audrey, I believe he beat Owen Thompson in his last fight, if I'm not mistaken, on the Contender Series card we had. And he had an amazing performance. It was a back and forth fight. And a takedown attempt here. And he gets it. Inside control, needs to watch the sprawl denial. The sprawl denial is the only one you should have to worry about from side control. If they go back to half guard, that's, it's nothing. They, just go back to side control. Go to mount or something, right? But you don't want them to get the sprawl if you're on top, because that is the only way they can get up. Especially if they have a boxer or a kickboxer build or something. And deny the sprawl right there. See? Sprawl is the most common transition from there because it is the easiest way to get up after that. A lot of people, they panic on the ground. They don't want to be on the bottom. They just want to get up as fast as possible. And, sometimes that's, needed. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to be patient. You need to kind of take your time, take a couple minutes to get up so you don't get hurt in the process or possibly finish. And I'm very interested to see what build Kip went with. I'm still not quite sure. I think probably Jiu-Jitsu Vanguard, maybe? If not, probably a balance build of some sort. But he seems to be edging out this round. About 15 seconds to go. Kip just seems to be in a little bit more control than Audrey. Audrey's landed some nice shots at the end of this round here. And a little kind of cheap leg kick at the end of there. At least it wasn't a head kick. So this is our last non-title fight. Then next up we have our co-main event. We have Luke Libre versus Eric Young. Somebody's has to go. I'm going to say it 1,000 times because I like saying it. And then in our main event, we have Jojo Altunay versus Michael Hawk. And a takedown very early on from Kip to start the second round. And just beating on each other, and he passes the mount here. And see right there, that's what I always talk about. I preach it every single time. Just posture up, do something right there. Look at the damage he does right there. Now he's pushed back to full guard. Now he goes to half guard. Here, and postures up. Looking for something, looking to break the block down a little bit. And he tries a full guard sweep. It's denied. I like the effort, though. There's some guys who use sweeps too much, and then there are guys who just never use them. And you have to have a little bit of a mix. Usually, the less the better. But if you can time it and set it up right, it's just like timing a head kick. You know, you go low a few times, you go this way a few times, and then eventually you hit the big shot. You hit the sweep. You hit the head kick. It's the same concept on those for going for those sweeps. Some people, and a lot of people just throw them up randomly and hope they get it. Oh, and he's rocked. He's rocked. Kip rocked him on that one. And nice body knee by Kip right there. And Audrey is not out of this fight by any means, but he kind of needs to do something here. He needs to switch something up. Something's not working quite as well. Now he goes for a takedown. He gets it. He gets the body lock. Postures up. And I think I kind of like it here. Oh, but he's going to get swept here. He got stuck in transition. Every grappler knows the pain. And now this isn't good because now Kip, he's been trying to grapple this whole time. Now he has top position. And now he's going for a leg lock here. A little overzealous maybe. Cancels it. Maybe just trying to test the waters on the submission game that Dylan Audrey has. Rip the quality, by the way. And looking for the finish. Broke the block all the way. Tries to go to mount. He's denied. Now pushed back to half or full guard, I mean. Postures up, does not throw anything. And he's going to try and get up. He does, using the momentum sweep right there. I did kind of like the idea of, you know, Audrey throwing a takedown, kind of mixing it up a little bit. Doing something a little different. He knows that he's probably behind. He needs to try and figure something out. He needs to change something up. He's not out of the fight by any means, you know. But he's just not quite winning it. He's not. He needs to switch it up. Something changes in the way he fights, and then you're going to see a big turnaround. "15 seconds to close the second round. And now the final 10. Two, one, and time. Round number 2 in the books. I believe we are up 2-0 for Kip thus far. Dylan Audrey hasn't had quite the success that Kip has. And gotta be thinking, these two also, on a side note, these two have also matched up in the same round in the K1 Grand Prix, and I haven't watched that fight yet. That will probably be featured on the next show, so it'll be interesting to see a kickboxing little exhibition between the two of them. He's denied on the get up. Great job by Kip. Audrey just kind of sitting here. He's building the grapple advantage here. He's waiting for something, and he just didn't do anything. He had the full advantage. He just did nothing with it. He's being peppered with a couple shots from backside. Close. Postures up from full guard. Looking to land a couple shots. Denies the get up or armbar animation. Right now, kind of at a stalemate on the ground. Nobody is pulling out in front of the other guy. I think Audrey knows he's going for the finish, or knows he needs a finish, and he's going for some subs. Watch for the takedown here. No. Threw a body knee and escaped using the Wiser. And block's getting shredded. Health is getting low. And it could be good night very soon. Nice front kick keeps Kip at bay. And oh, that one rocked him though. Block is very low. And that's something that Kip has been doing very well on the feet. He's just been shredding the block. He's been relentless with the pressure. Front kick lands again. I mean, you just get one of those good ones to land, and this fight might be over in favor of Audrey. A little rock, a little stun. Oh, and a spinning back fist right there. That was nasty. And Kip got a little overzealous, almost paid the price as Audrey threw something back, had no block, had no health. He had to do something. It keeps him alive in this fight. And that one's going to be good night, but Kip's not going to finish the fight, and I just don't agree with it. Don't play with your food, Kip. I've seen it before. Oh, another knockdown. Don't play with your food. Just finish him. I've seen it in RFC. I've commentated this. I've commentated these exact scenarios. Don't play with your food. Don't get overzealous. Don't. And that's a clean knockout, though. And what a win by Kip. Good performance. Good fight put up by Audrey. He definitely did not go down without a fight. And you got to respect that. And now we get on to our co-main event. But before we do that, let's take another look at the PlayStation rankings. Now that we have a lot of fights that have just went down. We have Jake. He fell to Cage. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't know if we're going to give Cage a third title shot down the line. It's very hard to earn that trilogy fight when you've lost the first two. Kip, after that performance, he might be the number one contender after that. Though Dylan, he might fall down a little bit. Rue, he'll probably fall down a little bit. We haven't... Rue and Justin Baker were supposed to fight, but they haven't. Rue's been dead silent ever since it's been booked. So we're going to see how that one plays out. Truckee, he was unbooked for this one. Josh Brish, he had a great performance. You got to think he's going to be moving up pretty high in the rankings after this at 3-0 undefeated. and he defeated number 10, Amazing. And you gotta think probably Jason Tremblay is gonna sneak in there, and Amazing's probably gonna fall out of that top 10. And then at the same time, you have to. I mean, at the same time, this is not it's set in stone, but pretty soon, I believe we're gonna have a. We're gonna have. Oh my God, whew! I'm stuttering more than Drew Lynch. Oh, we're gonna have a second ICF PlayStation division. It's been getting packed, jam-packed. There are a ton of unranked fighters on the PlayStation side of things that we just couldn't list. Way more than 2 of them. As we pull up our next fight, let's see. Having a little bit, and there we go. We have Luke versus Eric. Let's take a look at the PlayStation rankings. 4-0 versus 3-0. This one is going to be good. This one is probably one of my most anticipated fights in all of ICF. If I'm going to be honest with you, I've been itching to see this one ever since I booked it. Somebody's O has to go. It's not something you get to say in a championship fight very often when you have 2 undefeated prospects like we do right now. And as we are ready to pull it up, I believe. So we have a kickboxer acrobat, I believe, or say some sort of boxer. This is in a different language, so not quite sure how we're going. 5 rounds for the ICF Xbox Championship. It's been passed down a lot. The 5th edition is the 5th ever Xbox champion is in fact Luke Libre, and cut out a second. This could be bad. This could be bad. This could be bad. Hopefully we cut back really soon. And it looks like the game crashed, sadly. And so we're going to have to take a second to find our fight. Very unfortunate timing on that one. And here we go. Luke Libre on the left, I believe, and definitely on the left. Not that I believe, he is on the left. And then Eric Young on the right. 5 rounds for the undefeated ICF Xbox Championship. For all the marbles, Eric Young, he's been asking for this one. The champion, he's been asking for it. See the Lucha Libre mask. Few pre-fight taunts to get things started in our first championship fight in weeks. Our last recorded championship fight was in fact on the first ICF YouTube card. And that was, boy, that's been like a month ago or so. But early on, already 30 seconds in. Oh, a nice overhand by the champ. Both men are landing. Nice. Oh my god. That was a voice crack and a half. Sounded like a middle schooler on that one. That was a nice slip hook. A little back and forth. Had to get a little drink of water. Maybe I won't sound like a prepubescent. Oh my god. I'm just gonna stop talking. Talk about the fight before I make a fool of myself even more. Nice kind of back and forth. Nobody's really taken the lead in this fight, per se. Head kick by Eric Young is blocked. Yeah, this one just seems to be... Eric Young seems to be a kickboxer acrobat, if I'm correct, and Luke Libre is some sort of boxer, I believe probably a powerhouse, if I were to guess correctly. Nice uppercut by Luke. Second ago, flying knee attempt. Maybe he's been practicing with JT. Oh, and he's rocked early. Eric Young got rocked right there. And that's got to be a confidence booster for the champ. I was about to say, after that flying knee attempt, maybe he's been training with JT. It just seems that Luke is getting the better. Luke Libre is getting the better of just kind of a little bit of these exchanges. Not a lot. He's not absolutely killing these exchanges, but he's getting that extra punch. Getting that extra bit of damage in. And that's going to add up. Oh, and the overhand sits him down. Luke Libre, a very accomplished UFC 4 player. You gotta think he's probably a performance like the ones he's had. He might get that RFC call up very soon. I guarantee you Uncle Gendo's watching this guy very closely. Over the last, 30 seconds or so, Eric Young's been kind of gun-shy. He's been backing up. He hasn't really thrown a lot. Nice elbow by Eric Young right there. Good Muay Thai right here, and in the uppercut rocks him again. He's got to watch. Luke Libre needs to watch the stamina. Another flying knee attempt. 5 seconds left to go in round number 1. Oh, almost. That was almost disastrous. Tried to show respect at the end of the round. Almost ate a spinning back kick. End around run, you got to give that one to Luke. Don't think it's 10-8, but definitely Luke's around. Yeah, we haven't ever seen a championship fight go past the 3rd round. So you gotta think maybe Luke's just trying to sit back. He's not gonna press for the finish. He's just happy to let this go as long as it needs to go and let the finish come naturally. Oh, and the head kick lands for Eric Young right there. The overhand lands for Luke Libre there. The champ. That's the second overhand he's landed, I believe. The first one sat the challenger right on his butt. Oh, that wasn't good. Libre, he's being very aggressive with his movement. He's not throwing a whole lot of strikes, but he's pushing him. He's pushing the challenger back on his heels. And Eric Young's probably gotten a little gun shy. He's been hurt a couple times in this fight. He's been sat down a couple times in this fight. It's discouraging having that happen to you early on in a fight like this. Maybe it's the pressure of being in this championship spot here. Oh, and the pull elbow does not land for the champ. Oh, but that uppercut did. Looking to pressure him. Health is low. Shoots for a takedown. I like the idea from Eric Young. Out of seems like almost desperation. And he gets up to his feet. Champion is just picking him apart right now. He's pushing him on his heels, pushing him up against the cage. The champ is exactly where he wants to be right now. Eric Young needs to figure something out very soon. Oh, and the hook right there. Head kick does not land. It's blocked. You can see the block. It's just being deteriorated of Eric Young. The champ is having a very good performance here. That's what Eric Young needed. Right there. A nice little head kick caught the champ. I'd like to see some head movement from Eric Young. If he wants to become the next Xbox ICF champion, he needs to get his head off the center line. He needs to start boxing a little bit. And another knockdown for the champ. Looking to finish it from mount. No, he just gets to his feet. 1 minute left to go in round number 2. The champ now going to the body. An elbow drops him. This might be it. Looking to finish from mount. This time he's going to go for it. Doesn't get it. He gets up. 30 seconds left to go. He's up against the cage. Eric Young needs to make something happen here. He needs to move the head. He needs to try to do something. He's getting hit a little too much. Some head movement. It seems risky. It is because it is. If you lean the wrong way, it's good night. But at this point, it's your best chance. The head kick, just beautifully ducked, sat down, and with 2 seconds left in round number 2, and still. Wow. What a performance by the champ. What a gutsy display from the challenger, never backing down. He was in it. He felt like he was in it. He fought like he was in it the entire way. That's what you love to see. That's what I love to see. But in the end, he came up short. A great performance by the champ. And that leads into our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our main event for the PlayStation ICF Championship. Dogu Altunay versus Michael Hawk. This one, I can tell you right now, it's going to be good. You're going to want to sit down for it. The only ever PlayStation champion in ICF history has been Dogu Altunay. He won the Grand Prix when the division opened. He has defended that belt ever since. He's defended it. He won it from John Cage. He defended it from Jake Griffiths, I believe. Then he defended it from John Cage again, and now he's looking to make his third straight title defense with a perfect 6-0 record against the challenger, Michael Hawk. Don't go anywhere, because it is just getting good. And we're going to get straight into it right here. I can't wait. Loading it in as we speak. And here we go. And the one thing I can tell you for certain with Hawk is we are going to see a lot of kicks. A lot of kicks. Very few punches, so many kicks. And Altunay told me that, you know, he's watched film on these. He says, I'm going to avoid this crane kick. The crane kick is my biggest threat in this fight. If I can avoid the crane kick, I will win this fight. If I don't, then I don't know what's going to happen. And so far, he's done a good job of it. Oh, and he slips out of the way. Watch for Dogu to go to the body in this fight. Watch for him to even grapple, maybe. Something to minimize the crazy offense that Mike brings. But Mike goes for the takedown, and now he's going to get caught in transition. But it's not a sweep. And now Altunay takes the back. Mike gets up.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Puts him up against the cage. Takes back sitting. Altunay ends up backside again. This is the first real grappling exchange I think I've ever seen from Altunay and Mike. So this is very interesting. They're obviously both high-level players and well-versed. And Hawk just decides to get up. Another leg kick and a crane kick. Like I said, that crane kick is going to be Altunay's biggest challenge in this fight. If he can avoid the crane kick, if he can lunge out of the way, if he can counter it, that is going to be the key in this fight. If Mike can land it, if he can time it correctly, if he can time it perfectly and land it consistently, he is going to walk out with the first ever win over Altunay. Goes for the takedown, and Mike rolls through. You saw the crane kick land right there. So Altunay is looking to get on the inside. He's trying to make these kicks ineffective. He's trying to neutralize the threat of even having to worry about the kicks by getting inside of kicking range, like he's been doing. And you see, he's not even really blocking these body kicks when they land. And that's because they're not doing any damage, because they're way out of range. And he's rocked. Yeah. 1 minute left to go in this first round. Another crane kick. And I will personally say, I don't really like the way Mike fights. It's not quite a realistic. It's very effective, however. And you know, what works works. You know, he throws very little punches. He throws like 95% kicks, 5% punches maybe. But as you can see, it's very effective. It's working really well. And as we can see, he's got the grappling skills necessary. But the crane kick of his own! Altunay has been rocked with the crane kick already multiple times. And that is, oh wow. Right after the buzzer, a crane kick right there. But or Mike definitely doesn't have a simulation style. He doesn't have a realistic style, but he has a very effective style. Very few punches, if any, and almost all kicks. He mixes it up very well. He's very good at throwing kicks. And that is what's got him here. That's what's got him on this 3-fight win streak. He's feinting the crane kick. Very close fight thus far. We'll know who you give the first round to. Altunay got caught multiple times. He had the knockdown. Mike is doing a great job. He's going to the leg, he's going to the body, he's going to the head, he's going everywhere. He's doing a great job of mixing up where his strikes go, and I think that's the first punches I've ever seen him throw. But oh, and a crane kick of his own. But if Mike wants to win this fight, he needs to back it up a little bit. He needs to get at this range right here. He's letting Altunay get a little too close and too far. He needs to keep it in this sweet spot. I'd also maybe like to see Altunay go for another takedown. He was seeming to get a little bit of a better on the exchanges here, and another rock here, and I don't think this one's going to see a decision. Another nut and a knockdown right there, up against the cage. Punishing the body right here. You gotta use the Wiser. And Hawk's body health, very low. Altunay's body health is very low. Hawk's leg health is also very low. This might not see the third round. We might see another late second round finish, like we saw in our last fight. He gets dropped. You can see right here, he's letting Altunay get too close in here. He wants to keep right there where he threw that body kick. That's the range he wants to stay this entire fight. He doesn't want to get this spaced out. He doesn't want to get this close in. Some nice crisp combos from Altunay. Nice check hook right there from Altunay. Escapes and ate a couple body knees. I don't think Mike knows the Wiser escape. He hasn't shown it at least. Altunay might want to try and clinch him up against the cage if he gets the opportunity. Landing, but you can see both guys' stamina, they're getting real low. 10 seconds left. And this has been a great fight. Great fight so far. Mike has been doing great with the crane kick. And Altunay has been he's been about 50-50. Mike needs to try and land it a little bit more if he wants to walk out of here with the championship. Oh, and the leg stun right there. Oh, and now he's just getting pieced up. And a little showboating from Altunay. Don't. I've commentated it. I've commentated it in the RFC. Right there. Finish the fight while you can. Don't play with your food. Oh, and a nice knockdown by Altunay. Pulls in full guard, looking for the finish. And maybe he's not going to get it. And an immediate transition to half guard. And now we're going to see a little bit of a grappling exchange once again. And Altunay wants up. I would have stayed on the ground. Altunay wants up though, and another cross drops him. And Hawk needs to switch legs. His leg is just dead, And another knockdown, looking to finish it. No, he's going to play with his food. Don't do it, Altunay. This is how 5-0 turns to 6 or 5-1. This is how 5-0 turns to 5-1. Crane kick just narrowly blocked. And the clean knockout right there on the cross. And still your champion, Dogu Altunay. Great performance by Mike. He really put up a good fight. I said earlier that I don't agree with the fight style. I don't want anybody to take that as a vendetta. That's just, there's a lot of people who don't agree with my fight style. Because I'm a grappler. I just don't agree with it. But I'm not trying to take away from anything he did in this fight, because he put up a hell of a fight. In all honesty, is probably the closest to ever beating Altunay on the ICF roster. That is something to be proud of, no matter what anyone else says. Altunay remains your first and only Xbox champion. That just about does it right here. I don't know how to explain. This was just a great card. I mean, let's take a look, or let's take a little short review. We had amazing submission win by the debut of Corbin Richards. Then we saw Victor pick up his first ICF win against Real Lagozin. We saw Joss move up to 3-0 against Amazing. And John Cage got his redemption from the K1 tournament against Jake Griffiths. And then Alvaro, he got a nice win over a big opponent in Jojo. 3-0 for him. Kip, 3-0 for him against Audrey. Audrey's going to drop a little bit, but he is still a threat to watch for sure. And then in our co-main event, we saw Luke Libre defend his Xbox championship against Eric Young. Somebody's had to go, and it was not Luke's, it was Eric's. Eric drops to 3-1, Luke 5-0, and still your Xbox champion. And in our main event, an absolute barn burner. Rocks and stuns and drops all around. I don't know. I didn't know who was going to win it for a minute. We had Dogu going in 5-0, Mike going in 3-1. They both went in. They both had a hell of a fight. Congratulations to Dogu, 6-0, and still your only ever PlayStation champion, Dogu Altunay. Mike, I guarantee you he will be back very soon, up in that top, and look out for that rematch very soon. But otherwise, I think that's going to do it for me and the rest of the ICF. We will see you probably next would be the K1 Grand Prix recap of our final fights there. Once we get that finished up, maybe a recap of everything, and then eventually we'll have ICF YouTube number 3. But until then, I'm Brian Anderson. We are signing off here. Have a good rest of the day, rest of the night, whenever you're watching.